Here I am at Curtis again, about to fly a mission.
0 feet altitude, 3 feet distance, 8 miles per hour, 100% battery.
Get myself some focus. I can't see the screen for shit. Very dark. Well, it's the light. Hard to judge. Okay, we'll start the mission. This is going to go up the road a little bit, and it's going to scoot around the golf course and come back. It's tough to judge the
324 feet altitude,
lighting right now.
225 feet distance,
Hard to see it.
21
I
miles
can
per hour,
barely see this screen.
96% battery.
Everything is white around me. All right.
(324 feet altitude, 1931 feet distance, 23 miles per hour).
For some reason, I thought it was going to go in the opposite direction, but this is fine. And I've been using a preset too with when I actually they call it post-production when you're making your video, where it adds a little bit better contrast and a little bit more richer, enhanced color, and it makes the video look more natural than it really does. So, and it's okay if this is underexposed a bit, because the preset fixes that, which is pretty cool. And I've been kind of slowly working my way into figuring out, because there's so much to editing, there's so much to know. The software is so freaking deep. So little by little, I'm kind of like trying stuff new. So, but essentially, it adds an extra hour onto the processing time too. So,
324 feet altitude, 3,117 feet distance, 21 miles per hour, 88% battery.
a typical like 18-minute flight, after you render the audio, I have to do two separate things. I have to render audio first, and then I have to add the audio to the video track from the drone. And for about average 18 minutes, it takes about an hour and a half to do an 18-minute flight. With the two steps combined, probably 2 hours. And so this actually makes it it has another hour to that. So you're looking at about 3 hours of processing an 18-minute video. So this is headed over to the golf course, which is right there. It's just a slight breeze, but it's not windy. Like now, right now, I hardly feel any wind.
4,441 feet distance, 22 miles per hour, 84% battery.
I wanted to get out a little early because we got some bad weather on the way in tonight. Leave it there. I actually thought this was going to go the other way, and realize it. I checked it before I left the house, the mission.
324 feet altitude, 5,303 feet distance, 18 miles per hour, 78% battery.
When my drones were under warranty, I never used Lecce because if you have a problem, it's not covered by DJI, which is like ridiculous. I think if they license the software, they should fucking own it. But now I'm not under warranty. I got my GPS tracker on there. Worst case scenario, another bird attack, I gotta go looking for it again. For those reasons, I try to avoid flying right over homes and people's, and I try to stay near the sides of roads.
324 feet altitude, 5,539 feet distance, 17 miles per hour, 74% battery.
My picture's getting a little sketchy, but I got a semi-good signal, fairly good signal. I think that's the clubhouse. Yeah, that's the clubhouse. And I kind of, it's really, like I said, hard to see the screen right here. It looks like the exposures are alright. Like I said, when I apply that preset, it's kind of a cinematic, what's the word? Cinematic filter. It kind of like makes it a little bit on the brown side, like an older kind of film clip. But
324 feet altitude, 5,097 feet distance, 20 miles per hour, 69%.
I don't use any presets on the camera itself while it's flying. I just leave it at, because there's settings that you can use, to adjust the color on the camera itself on board the drone. I just leave it at plain. But this particular preset actually makes it look a lot more realistic, because a lot of the times, the picture's kind of washed out and light in colors when you just let it run on its own. So I noticed that in a lot of videos, that the colors are blah. You really can't see any deep contrasts. And I have to render at a 45 bit rate, which is a lot. It adds about, the standard is pretty much about 12 to 16. YouTube takes up to 45.
65% battery.
And if I use less than, whatever the default is, like I think it's 12, the trees look blurry and stuff like that. You need the extra detail that you get from the extra size. So one of my average videos is between 5 and 6 gigabytes for 18 minutes. Got a little bit of a breeze coming out of the north, which is the direction it's headed right now.
(324 feet altitude, 1,536 feet distance, 24 miles per hour, 60% battery).
That brown building is the beverage center, where I'm going next to get some club soda. I'm going to head over to the church on the way back and run a mission from the church to the cemetery.
325 feet altitude, 2013 feet distance, 16 miles per hour, 56% battery.
Looks like some picker came back and there was a bunch of pallets over there across from where I'm standing on the parking lot. And it looked like a box with a damaged, broken like window that you'd install into a house that was in there. Looks like they took all that shit. There was a guy here one day trying to fucking get it. I was kind of like laughing at him because it was frozen into the ground and he was like trying like hell to get it up and he couldn't get it up. It's pretty funny. Fucking bozo. People will take anything that isn't nailed down. Wind turbine still there.
324 feet altitude, 2,455 feet distance, 24 miles per hour, 51% battery.
Even with the breeze, it's a good flight. I got good time. I think I set this at 27 miles per hour. And the mission's almost over. Got pretty good battery.
.324 feet altitude, 794 feet distance, 24 miles per hour, 46% battery.
There's me. I hear it over my head. There he is. Mission undead.
Mission ended.
Switch to first person. We can jet around a little bit. Where do I want to go today?
.324 feet altitude, 80 feet distance, 0 miles per hour, 42% battery.
See, I can race a car down Pike. 40 miles an hour. See, I'm keeping up with those cars. They're probably going 45, 50. That's as fast as I can go. I'd like to hack the firmware and get it to go faster. I have the stuff to do it. You need to use an older version of the DJI Assistant because it has a debug mode, and you can go in there and change some of the parameters. They took that out a couple of new releases ago. You can't do it.
136 feet distance, 39 miles per hour, 36% battery.
There's the church. I'm going to go over there next. And I'm going to get back. Because I should be hitting a headwind and I don't want to get fucking stuck with my ass flapping in the breeze up there.
324 feet altitude, 4,074 feet distance, 33 miles per hour, 29% battery.
Yeah, there's about maybe a 5-mile-an-hour headwind. So it's not too bad. Doing about 32, fluctuating 30 to 35. Top speed is 40.
Warning, aircraft battery at 25%. (269 feet altitude). Warning, aircraft battery at 20%. 1,017 feet distance. 34 miles per hour. 19% battery.
There it is.
Warning, aircraft battery at 15%.
Just want to get a quick look at those pallets before I land.
Altitude, 94 feet distance. Warning, aircraft battery at 11%. 4 miles per hour. 11% battery.
Yeah, they got everything. They got the windows. They're in that box. Lots to land.
Warning, aircraft battery at 9%. At 6%.
Warning. Thank you. Warning. You can stop talking. That was cool, I guess. I'll take it. Came back one piece. A little bit of wind. I'm going to go to the beverage center and then one more flight and then I'm done for the day before these storms come in. Guido out.